Hello, everybody. It's great to connect this week. Today, we're going to do a little chit chat on a social matter regarding. So, recently, I had an interesting uncomfortable experience where a friend didn't invite me to an event because of his assumptions of what I can and cannot do as a person in a manual wheelchair. And this particular event was regarding going out, and I was excluded, even though my other friends were included and could go. His assumption of me, I'm assuming, was that since I use a wheelchair, I cannot dance because this particular event was at a club. And I've been to clubs. I'm not huge, into drinking and dancing as a person in a wheelchair. As many of you who are also wheelchair users know, that it's very uncomfortable to dance from a wheelchair. Even if you're a good dancer, just because everyone else is standing and, doing the regular able body dancing. And just growing up and throughout my life, even today, most of the spaces, if not all of the spaces I'm in, I'm often the only wheelchair user, or one of very few. And I know those of you who are also wheelchair users or who have some sort of a mobility disability can relate. And so I think if you're an able-bodied person and you're in this situation of wondering if you should invite your friend that is different from you, especially in regards to mobility impairment, invite them. Be inclusive, be open-minded, and let them decide. I'm 34 years old. I know perfectly well what kind of environments I would be comfortable in and what kind of social situations I would be willing to put myself in. When I was younger, I would crawl upstairs and have my friends lift my wheelchair up the stairs to clubs. I remember one of my first times going to clubs was in Shanghai, China, and my friends lifted me up a bunch of flights of stairs, and I had a good time. At the time, I was in my early 20s, and I just wanted to experience everything. Awkward, not awkward, exciting, not exciting, just everything. I wanted to experience everything. I was very hungry for all of the different types of experiences. So after experiencing the club scene, the bar scene, the drinking scene, I've learned over the years that's not something that I'm interested in and not something that I want to keep doing. And so if my friend had invited me, I likely would have declined because that's not my scene. I'm not into drinking. I don't like drinking. I felt very much a strong peer pressure to do it when I was younger, to drink, to try all of the different alcoholic drinks. And, I blacked out more times than I can care to count, or I'm not proud of it. But I've learned through those experiences that that's not what I'm into and that's not what I enjoy. So if he had invited me, I would have likely declined because I've learned throughout the years that drinking, going to clubs, going to bars is not something that I enjoy doing. But the important point is leaving that choice to your friend to decide, not for you to judge and make that decision for them. There's a difference between asking them if they want to come and having them decide for themselves versus you deciding for them that, oh, they're in a wheelchair, that means they can't dance, that means it's going to be hard and awkward for them, so I'm going to save them the hassle and just not invite them at all. Don't do that. That is the wrong approach. Yeah, let them make the decision, because it just creates unnecessary tension in the relationship because it's discrimination, it's closed-mindedness, it's prejudice, and it's all these things that we should strive to avoid. And plus, people in wheelchairs can dance. There are, dance clubs, dance groups all over. One specific one I know of is out of California. The dance group is called the Rolettes of LA, Los Angeles, that Chelsea Hill and Steph Aiello is they're a part of. That was a number of years ago when I interviewed Steph, so they may not be part of it anymore. So feel free to go check it out. Regardless, they have lots of videos online of when they were dancing and maybe still are a part of that group. So people in wheelchairs do dance and can dance, and so let them. The moral of the story is leave that decision to your friend, to your family member, to whoever. Leave that decision up to them to decide instead of deciding for them and discriminating and being closed-minded. So that's what I wanted to chit chat with you all about today. Thank you so much for your attention, and I will visit you all next week.